As we look ahead to this summer's Olympic Games in Tokyo, we speak to Jackie and David Tomlinson, the married couple from New Zealand who have both been appointed to the technical officials panel that will travel to Japan. In a special interview, technical official Jackie and umpire David tell us about their appointments as well as their hopes for the year ahead. Let's start with you, Jackie. Can you tell us about your journey, your journey as an official?
So it's been pretty short, really. I started, I think, in 2013 at a Oceania Cup in New Zealand. I was appointed as a judge, and then I've done a few tournaments in New Zealand and Australia. Got appointed to the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games, and the year before that I'd done the World League finals here in Auckland. At that stage was when they were sort of discussing all of this Pro League things, and I'm sort of sitting there listening to Craig and Henrik explain what's going to happen, going, well, that's going to be really cool for all these people next year, you know, when they get involved, and it'll be something to look forward to. And then suddenly I'm on the Pro League panel. So it was a bit of a shock for me. Felt like I'd come from nowhere. And it's been a bit the same with the Commonwealth, the Olympics. Obviously, I went to the test event 2019, and not expecting that anything was going to come out of that. It was just a cool opportunity. It was great to work with different TDs, and then I opened my emails at some ridiculous time in the morning and said to David, I think you better check your emails. So, yeah, you've been appointed to the Tokyo Olympics. For me, it was a complete out of the blue appointment, really. It wasn't on my agenda at all. It wasn't even on the radar.
Well, it's pretty awesome, and you must be incredibly excited. I mean, clearly there's been the delay by 1 year, but just the prospect of going to Tokyo later on this year must be amazing for you. Yeah,
definitely, and to share it with David, that's just can't even understand it, but yeah, it's really looking forward to it.
Well, David, you're obviously very experienced umpire. We've seen you on the I mean that in the nicest possible way. We've seen you on the scene for a long time. I mean, what does Tokyo mean to you? The thought of going there, especially after the kind of last year that we've had.
Yeah, it's still quite surreal. I was lucky enough to go to the World Cup. And the Olympics is always, I guess it's always a dream, but it's always, something that is a little bit out of our control in terms of, performance and things like that. We do the best we can and hope for the best kind of thing. So to get appointed Jackie, it was about 2:30 in the morning, I think, when she sort of gave me the elbow. I said, hey, check your email. We still had a lot of water to go under the bridge, 2 terms worth of teaching, Pro League sort of through last February, and then I had a trip to Belgium, which was on the cards. And then it kind of got called off. But for it to sort of still be there, it's really exciting. And the vibe around sort of everybody is, it's strange, and I think everybody's in the same boat, the players and everybody else. It's kind of like, but it's really exciting and a really amazing opportunity.
And I mean, how do you guys, you're both teachers, right?
Yeah.
So how do you combine that with your work? Do you find are your bosses quite understanding to your sporting requirements?
Yeah, okay. Our boss is in the school is phenomenal. Part of their ethos is that they really like to see their staff succeeding, and for our boys that we teach, for them to see our staff succeeding. So they've been incredibly supportive, and allowed us both, I think, to take some really amazing opportunities. I mean, there's certainly give and take, and we've both had to turn down some pretty amazing opportunities as well, because we can't say yes to everything, and unfortunately we are teachers and have to work for a living. But yeah, they're fantastic.
Just about your hopes and ambitions for 2021. As we know, 2020 was a very difficult year for all sorts of reasons, but we're all trying to get hockey back up and running again for the next 12 months. So we'll start with you, Jackie. I mean, what are you hoping for this year?
Oh, look, back into international hockey would be amazing. We're lucky in New Zealand. We had some hockey last year, some domestic hockey last year. But yeah, to get some pro league matches that are happening again would be amazing. And yeah, let's hope Tokyo goes ahead, and really looking forward to catching up with people there. And yeah, it could be an interesting experience though, different.
Yeah, I think the same. To be fair, as Jackie said, we're, I guess, really fortunate being in New Zealand that life is to a degree carried on. We've had sport, it's been different. And so if we can get some international games back up and running, and particularly for us, being able to travel, all teams come to us will be superb. And then let's see what happens after that. But I think like most people, we've missed the contact with people and just been involved. So really looking forward to being part of that again.
It's always great talking to you guys. So thanks so much for your time.